Police? Yeah, look, I just found someone. I think she's been murdered. Chalmers Street, Avondale, number 63. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Go ahead, Central 10.
We have a deceased at this location. It appears suspicious, and we have sent detectives.
Sorry, but it isn't much good to you if you can't hear it.
So what do you do for thrills? Knit?
What have we got?
Woman, late 20s, fatal stabbing. Maddie who?
Maddie Herman. You don't know Maddie Herman?
No.
Photographer. You know, paparazzi.
Mm-hmm.
Oh well, you know, tacky snaps of famous people. In love nests, having toe sucked, stuff like that. For magazines. Not a particularly noble way to make a living. Invading people's privacy.
Well, Dee, some people would say taking photos of dead people's a pretty dodgy way to make a living as well.
Yeah, right. It certainly doesn't pay as well.
No.
Then change the appointment from Monday to Wednesday, okay? Good.
Who's he?
Adam Murch. He found the body. He's also a photographer.
Constable.
Yo.
Table, please.
So what happens to the cats, Fisk?
Oh, big needle and a long sleep, I suppose.
Oh.
She was stabbed 3 times. Once in the back, once in the chest, once in the neck. The wound in the neck looks as though it's been cleaned. At this stage, I'd say she'd only been dead 2 to 5 hours.
Constable.
Yep.
This camera's loaded, I think.
Right. 11 shots taken. I'll develop it.
Terrific.
Is it hot in here?
Yes, it is.
I'll turn the heater off then.
Please, just no. Don't touch. Sorry, Fisk. Thank you. Sorry.
A good detective actually keeps his hands in his pockets.
Yeah, and sweats it out.
Her wallet's still here. Cameras. The motive wasn't theft.
What a mess.
Looks like she developed these today.
It also looks like someone's been looking for something.
Yeah, right, but it wasn't her. You don't leave photographic paper open like that if you want to use it again.
Right.
Oh, and here's one for my flatmate. She loves this guy. She'd kill for a picture of him. Is he? You serious? What planet are you guys from?
So, why were you here?
Well, she advertised some second-hand equipment and I came around to check it out.
You didn't know her?
Well, I knew her, yeah.
Would you call yourself a friend of hers?
No, not really.
Just colleagues?
Shouldn't have a lot of friends.
Why's that?
Just rub people the wrong way. That's the thing about animal lovers. They can be nice as pie to their pets, But when it comes to relating to their own kind, it's a different story. When I found the body, they were up on the table, over her neck, licking at the wound. Evil, sneaky things they are.
Cynthia, you really are wonderful. We got them all. Blew up the hand on the bum one for the front cover. Now, you mentioned you had something else?
Do you know anyone who might have had a grudge against her? Debt to settle?
Well, people in our business make a lot of enemies.
Do you know what she was working on the last few weeks?
No, not really.
I suppose you'd be one of the last people she'd tell. You were rivals, in a sense, weren't you? After the same stories?
Well, sometimes, yes.
Mr. Murch, you know a colleague of Maddie's called Cynthia?
Yeah, I know her well. She's the editor of Best magazine.
Maddie was fabulously good at what she did, the best in the business. She just spent a fortune on her teeth, too. Who found her?
Adam Murch. Do you know him?
We've used him, but his work hasn't been so good over the past 6 months.
So you used Maddie Herman instead?
Well, we used whoever brought in the best stories. Maddie always had a real nose for dirt. Rang rings around Adam. Pipped him at the post every time.
Can you tell us the last time you saw Maddie in person?
Earlier today, about 4 o'clock. When I went around to collect some trannies. Transparencies.
Do you always collect the transparencies yourself?
Well, when it's an exclusive, I do. You can't trust anyone in this business.
So you sent Maddie roses to thank her?
Yeah, that's right.
You're obviously impressed. Who were they of?
Petra Salinas? Television? Runaway Bay, Tears and Lies? Dewdrops ad.
Ah, yes.
But not a brain in her head, poor thing. She's having an affair with some cameraman, married, of course.
And the photographs were of the two of you together?
Yeah, she's got some sort of secret hideaway up at the peninsula. Not secret enough, unfortunately for her.
So you came back to the office and called Maddie about an hour later. How did she sound?
Fine, perfectly normal. Elated, in fact. Well, so would I be if I'd been paid that amount of money.
You said on the phone there might be more to come. Any idea what that might have been?
Oh, that's just how Maddie worked. She'd give us a hint that she had something, and then she'd play us all off. One against the other.
We've only got her word for it that Maddie sold her the photos.
Well, what about the phone call?
Good for your setup.
Yeah. You'd have to be pretty desperate to kill for a scoop, though, wouldn't you?
Maybe she is. Maybe she's desperate to hold on to a job.
Yeah, it certainly looked that way. It's the trouble when you get to the top, someone's always ready to knock you off.
That's where rock climbing comes in handy. Keep you steady.
Oh, right. Jack Telfer, Petra's agent's called.
Right. She had no family here. No partner. No one seems to have liked her much.
Here's the address of the TV studio for first thing in the morning. I'll see you there at 7, eh?
Right.
So, the work was a life, huh?
Out of here.
Anything exciting?
Oh, swinging from the chandeliers, drinking champagne, the usual. You?
Oh, same thing, but not so much on the chandeliers. See you, Spider-Woman.
Cut. That's a take.
I've organised it so we can have a bit of privacy. Now, I'm a solicitor as well as her agent, so I'll be joining you if that's all right. Come through here.
I'd heard of her, but I never actually met her, no. God, how awful.
Can you tell us where you were yesterday, Miss Salinas?
I was with Jack. We had a meeting about a contract at 3:30. We worked until about 6 or so. We hadn't finished, but Jack had to go to a cocktail party.
Was that the last time you saw him yesterday?
No, he came back. He was only away about an hour. What's this got to do with us?
This is just a routine inquiry. These are standard questions. 5 years of criminal law, murder, assault and battery. I did the lot before I became an agent. So I'm familiar with all of this.
Do you know Tony Kosh?
He's a cameraman.
Apparently Maddie Herman had taken some photographs of yourself with Mr. Kosh.
Tony's a friend. He worked on my last film, that's all.
According to Best magazine, those photos to be published in the next issue.
Hey, we all make mistakes. You know how it is. You're working together, you're away from home for long hours.
Did the photos concern you?
You said you'd fix it.
Well, I tried, didn't I? I tried.
Perhaps we should continue this talk down at homicide.
This is ridiculous. We didn't do anything.
It's okay, but don't die.
Oh,
We'll be
we're
out of here
treated like we
shortly.
did. Which finger?
Don't worry, it comes off.
Tony had to leave in the afternoon to go back to the mountains. We hadn't spent any time alone for over 2 weeks.
Did you see Maddie take the photographs?
Yeah, I had no idea who she was. All I saw was a glint of a camera in the sun. Suddenly there's this woman crouched down behind us with a whopping great telephoto lens. Tony was furious, we both were. He got up and chased her as she ran for the car. She got away, but Tony got a rego number.
Then what?
We rang Jack.
I got in touch with Maddie, sure. What else was I supposed to do? Petra's career would have been down the toilet overnight. She made one little mistake. Just one, and they were on her before she could blink. They're vultures. They're out to destroy people. Unless you get in first. Oh, look, do you think I would kill somebody for a bunch of photographs? All I have to do is pay her off. And did you? I called her and made an offer. And? Well, she refused it. I bumped it up. She said she'd get back to me.
Thanks for coming in. Got a match. Fingerprints on the front door, door handle, table, the dark room cameras. Petra Salinas.
Miss Salinas, we have a few more questions.
My life was a mess because of those photos. My career. Tony was worried about his wife finding out about us like that, and everything a mess. I started drinking. I got drunk. I didn't know what I was doing, and I was so angry.
About the photographs?
Jack said there was nothing he could do. She wasn't going to sell, not at any price. Tony's married, for God's sake. There's a morals clause in the Judops contract. The whole thing was going to blow up.
So what did you do?
Jack went to this cocktail party, hoping to see the editor of the magazine, Cynthia Chase. He thought he might be able to pay her off instead, but I knew it wasn't going to happen. People think it's a joke, you know, Tony and me. Because I'm an actor, they think I'm public property. Cheap fodder for their trashy magazines.
So when Jack couldn't stop Maddie Herman from selling the photographs, you went to try and stop her yourself, is that right?
I just wanted to talk to her. I thought if she saw me, if she could see what it was going to do to Tony and me, I could talk her out of it. The front door was unlocked.
I knocked and no one answered, so I just went through.
And then?
She was over there with her head on the table. Sleeping. It was hot. There were all these photos of people I knew. People whose lives had been invaded and splashed all over the papers just like mine. She had roses in a vase. Huge red ones. The kind you'd get from a lover. When I saw those flowers, something snapped. I don't know. My head was swimming and I had too much to drink and the heat, I couldn't breathe. She had someone who loved her. Bought her roses, but any love I might have, she'd stamped on. I saw her. I saw her there and I didn't know what I was doing. The knife thing, it went into her neck. I couldn't believe what I'd done.
There's a journalist out the front. Take him out the back way, will you? So there you go.
I can't help feeling sorry for her.
Who?
Petra.
And there I was feeling sorry for the woman she killed.
Yeah, but to kill someone to protect her career, she can't have much else in her life.
Neither do we when you think about it.
Speak for yourself.
Puss, 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 puss.
Petra Salinas, has she been charged with murder?
No comment. Speak to the media unit.
Do you know why she did it?
No comment.
Oh.
That's one of the victim's cats, isn't it?
Yeah, look, it's stuck. What time's the autopsy?
I'm not sure, but what's your worry? Petra's already confessed. Case is over, isn't it?
Oh, maybe. No, something doesn't feel right.
It's altitude sickness.
Come on, please.
It's the danger factor, isn't it? You love the danger.
Climbing is not dangerous.
Not if you happen to be born covered in suction cups.
Come on, please. Just come on.
Be careful.
Come on.
Be careful. You were saying?
Town racers sing the song, doo-dah, doo-dah.
It's totally outrageous.
What, two detectives rolling round on the ground?
I was at a tree.
See it all the
trying to
time.
rescue a cat. I fell on the
No need to
seat and there was
explain. Tessa, I'm not worried. I mean, do I look worried?
Yeah, I'm
no,
worried.
look, I'm not worried.
I've rung the editor and left a message. As soon as they get back to me, I'll just explain. And...
You will say nothing. It's taken me 6 months to get that lot back on an even keel. We need the press on our side, don't we, Steve? And we don't need you charging in and stuffing it up.
Yeah, but they've taken this picture completely out of context.
That's what they do. That's what tabloids specialise in. That's why we don't give them opportunities that they can't resist.
Right.
Out of focus, if you ask me. Amateur.
Climbing trees, huh? Let me know when she's got you climbing the walls. And that should not be long now.
Hi, Suze. You're looking sexier than ever. Listen, any chance of a few minutes with Cynthia?
Hang around for about 10 minutes and might be able to slip you in soon.
Thanks. You're an angel.
Take a seat.
Hello, I know where I'm going. Cynthia Chase.
Listen, tell her to call me. She knows my mobile number.
She won't be long.
Just tell her to call.
Absolutely not. Page 5 is full. Do I have to do it myself? Right. I am surrounded by fools. Yeah. Well, put her on hold. Sorry, it's been a nightmare in here today.
Miss Chase, the photographs of Petra Salinas and her boyfriend, I'm going to have to ask you to hand them over. They're now considered as evidence in a homicide.
Of course. Yeah, I heard about Petra. It's a dreadful thing. I mean, I knew she was a bit of a fruitcake, but my God, murdering someone over a few photographs. They should be in here somewhere. I've already done the processing. It's just a matter of finding the negatives.
I'm afraid you won't be able to publish them either.
You're joking, right? That's my cover story.
Any picture that identifies the offender is going to put you in contempt of court.
Do you have any idea what it does to pull a cover story the day before it's due to print?
Miss Chase...
I mean, it's not even about the murder. We mentioned it, of course, but I can pull that out.
I'm sorry, you can't publish the photographs.
Thank you.
Cass, Dee developed those photos, the ones that were left in the camera at Maddie's studio. Get a load of this.
How's this for a sick joke?
Someone decided to photograph her after she died.
Your desk.
Fisk around?
No, he's not. He's in court, dazzling the judge with science.
Right. I'll leave him a message.
What's up?
Oh, I just need to talk to him about a horticultural problem.
Oh. Don't look at me. Can't even keep pot plants from keeling over. Oops.
Sweetheart, it's Mum. I saw you in the paper. You look lovely, dear. Very nice. Of course, everyone's jumping to all sorts of conclusions about that fellow you're with. I'll talk to you soon. I love you.
Yeah, that's right. The engagement's next week. Mum, I'm joking. You're the one that said I should sort myself out first. Right. Up a tree. Because she's a very unusual woman, that's why. Good morning.
Steve? What do you see? This one, and this one. What do they have in common besides the victim?
Roses.
Those buds.
Like bulls in a china shop, you two.
Oh, come on, Fisk, please. Impatience is the scientist's worst enemy.
It's a reasonable request, Fisk.
No. No, there are no prints on the actual shutter button. There are smudges, no identifiable prints.
So it's possible that someone other than Petra could have taken the photos?
Yes, it is possible.
The florist says they were delivered at 5. Bought my phone on the best account. The buds were just opening as they left the shop.
That'll be right. That's the way they sell them. Keep them in the fridge, stops them from blooming. How long did he say they'd take to open once they left the fridge?
Well, in a hot room like Maddie's with a heater on, pretty quickly, maybe a couple of hours.
So the photographs of Maddie must have been taken shortly after the roses were delivered.
Yeah, it doesn't add up. There's something weird here.
There were 3 wounds. All appear to have been done with the same weapon. The one in the chest punctured the heart muscle and killed the victim. The one in the neck was last and unnecessary. I can't see any blood in the tissue.
Oh, that could have been the cat's. Apparently they licked it away.
Not surface blood. Blood in the depths of the wound.
So she could have been dead before she was stabbed in the neck?
Yes, possibly.
How long? Hours, minutes?
Just a rough estimate, Toots.
Up to an hour? Or two?
Thank you.
Thanks.
It was hot. There were photographs of people I knew.
Remember, she said she stabbed Maddie in the neck when she was sleeping.
Whose lives had been invaded and splashed all over the papers just like mine.
Listen, it's coming up here.
She had roses in a vase. In full bloom. Huge red ones.
Did you hear that? Roses in full bloom. Tootsie says the victim died from a stab wound to the heart and was dead well before the neck wound was inflicted.
When Petra stabbed her, Maddie was already dead.
Yep.
Thanks, Dee.
Thanks, Dee.
No worries.
You're going to have that beautiful face of yours glowing and back at work in no time.
I can't thank you enough. It's just been... Jack says with the amended charge I mightn't go to jail. Is that right?
Possible.
Attempted malicious wounding she could get. She's got no previous record, then, and we'll ask for a 556A. She pleads guilty and there's no conviction.
I don't know what to say. It's... If you hadn't investigated... Well, thank you again.
Bye-bye. They may call it attempted malicious wounding, but in my book, she was out to murder.
And I wonder if Petra had been confronted with a Maddie who was alive and breathing, whether she would have picked up the scalpel and used it.
Someone did. So, one unsolved murder. Any bright ideas?
In the list.
Do you expect to get any compensation for this?
Be about half an hour, Suze.
Miss Chase, may we have a word?
Look, I have got a magazine due out tomorrow with a great gaping hole on the front page.
You mentioned that in your last conversation with Maddie, she hinted there might be some more photographs.
Well, I've given you the lot, all she gave me.
You thought there might be some more?
So, look, I have no idea what she was on about. It could have been a tip-off that she hadn't shot yet. So I'm sorry, I've got an appointment, so if you don't mind.
Excuse me, do you want me to call you a cab?
No. I'm fine.
Miss Chase, there was one more thing. Could I use your phone?
Yeah, help yourself.
Thank you.
What's wrong with that mobile?
Nothing.
What are we doing?
Following her.
Right.
Okay, I give up. Why are we following her?
If we stick with her, she'll lead us to Maddie's missing scoop.
I don't think she's left yet.
Don't worry, it's all...
Hold it right there, Mr. Birch! Steve!
Now that's what I call a fine opportunity, Mr. Birch.
Like I told you, I had no idea I was buying stolen goods. Can I get out of here now?
By all means, Miss Chase, but we will need to know your whereabouts in case we have to contact you.
At my office. So I still got one. But it's probably gone down the sewer like the rest of my life, thanks to you lot.
Thank you. Now that is a definite A-type personality. Anxiety-ridden overachiever. Fight their way to the top. Don't care who they step on to get there.
So you wouldn't want to meet her with a scalpel?
I wouldn't want to meet her with a paddle prop stick.
When did you take these?
2 days ago?
The same day Maddie was murdered?
Yeah.
Good scoop?
Yeah. Yeah, really good. The wife's just had plastic surgery.
Do you always do your business in car parks, Mr. Murch?
Well, Cynthia's job is on the line. She just lost one exclusive to the police. She can hardly afford to lose another one.
And why did she think the police would be interested in these? Unless she knew they were taken on Maddie's camera.
Which forensic can prove. The backing plate on a camera leaves its mark on the film just like a gun barrel leaves its mark on a bullet, Mr. Murch.
I didn't touch her, okay? I went there, just like I said, and found her slumped over the table, dead. I just called the police when I saw the shots on the bench. Let's face it, they weren't any use to her anymore. So I pocketed the transparencies, went outside and waited in my car. I needed a break. I was desperate. But like I said, I didn't touch her.
Except to photograph her dead body.
What do you think I am, some sort of sicko?
Nothing would give me greater pleasure than to nail that creep, but I don't think he did it. The photos are too amateurish for a start. He's a professional photographer.
You're right, he probably couldn't do such an ordinary job if he tried.
Yeah. Besides, if he was sick enough to take those photos, he'd take them somewhere private to gloat over. He wouldn't leave them lying around for us to find.
Whoever did it was up to something. Whoever did it was making a point.
Photos are too amateurish for a start.
Now, there are no prints on the actual shutter button.
I have got a magazine due out tomorrow with a great gaping hole on the front page.
5 years of criminal law. Murder, assault and battery, I did the lot.
Photos are too amateurish for a start. He wouldn't leave them lying around for us to find.
These weren't taken on impulse. They were taken by the killer for us to see. Someone's outthinking us. We're going to have to ring all the florists.
Got it. Zara Blooms. The shop assistant remembers it clearly. The last sale before they closed. Let's go.
You think I'm going to take you back after what you've done? You think I can forget? I'm sorry.
Okay.
I'm sorry, guys. We have to go again.
Okay, everyone standing by to take 12.
Mr. Telfer, we need to speak to Miss Salinas, sir.
What about? She's on set and they are way behind.
About a bunch of roses she bought at 10 to 6 on the day Maddie Herman died.
You can't just drag her in here and start firing questions at her. Is my client under arrest?
Mr. Telfer.
You have nothing on her. You can't hold her.
Why did you buy the roses?
He said it would work. I did everything he said. He promised me it would work. You did. You promised. When I came in, she was on the phone.
Well, I thought she was a bit thick.
Talking about what a fool this woman was.
Trying not to see it. Yes, well, I know everybody knows, but she obviously doesn't.
And I realised it was me.
Oh, a bit on the side. No, he's got several bits on the side, apparently. Yes, including Belinda Hardy.
She was talking about me and Tony.
Well, he is a real sleazebag.
Like we had some sort of cheap affair. She said that he had more than one bit on the side. There was someone else. Some other woman.
Oh no, not much to look at if you ask me.
I don't know what happened.
Well, he might have it, who knows?
I saw red.
Alright, see ya.
It was like something overtook me. I knew I had to stop, but I couldn't. I tried to find the photo, but I couldn't find them. I tried to wipe the fingerprints off, but I couldn't clean them. I didn't know what to do.
Was it Jack Telfer's idea to get the roses?
He made me tell him everything. Everything that was in the room, everything I saw, everything I touched.
Did Jack Telfer make you go back?
Yes. He knew that the cops would find my fingerprints on everything. He knew that I would have to admit being there. He wanted me to exchange the roses, take the photos so it made it look like Maddie had died before I got there. Then he wanted me to put the scalpel in her neck. Then I could confess killing her. But the autopsy would prove that she was already dead. I thought Tony loved me. He was going to leave his wife and kids. As soon as the Dewdrop's contract was up, we were going to drop all the secrecy. We'd waited so long. I couldn't believe what I was hearing from this woman. Everything we'd had, it was all lies. Everything he told me. I trusted him. I thought he loved me.
You're an idiot.
Yes, that's what you think, isn't it? I'm an idiot. Beautiful but stupid.
Oh, no.
You never liked Tony.
I didn't like what he was doing to you or your career.
My career, that's all you ever care about.
That's not
It
true.
doesn't matter if I'm miserable, does it? Because as long as you're making a buck.
Look, I could have gone to the police as soon as this happened. I don't get it, Petra. Look, you worked hard to get where you are. You're talented, you're beautiful, and you throw your whole career down the toilet for somebody like Tony Kosh.
Because it's not enough. If I'm so beautiful, if I'm so talented, then why do I spend every night waiting for the phone to ring? Why do I have this emptiness all the time? I go to bed alone, I wake up alone, there's nobody, there's nothing. At least Tony believed in me.
So did I.
Petra Salinas, I'm arresting you for the murder of Maddie Herman. On your feet, please.
You almost believed me. For a while there, I almost got away with it, didn't I?
Let's go.
It was one of my best performances. One of my best ever.
You feel sorry for her, don't you?
No.
All the lonely people, huh? So, anything exciting planned? Climbing walls or something?
Not really. You know, things to do.
Yeah, me too.
Look, for heaven's sake, Imogen, if you are so concerned, why don't you look after the furry little beast yourself?
Well, I have a problem with the body corporate.
Well, ring the animal welfare.
Hey, Tootsie, if you want that lift, it's now or never. I've got something on.
Yes, well, I'm running late myself. Actually, have a lovely evening. Bye. Can you believe he has a love lock?
Yes.
Right, well, I'm going home.
Yeah, me too. Have a good night.
You too. Don't swing off too many chandeliers.
Here, Puss. Puss, 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 puss. Pussy.
Now, this is temporary, right? Don't get comfortable. You like that? Yes.